Yo, this your boy CEO Hockley. Real quick, man, today's episode is being sponsored by OGHollywoodspeaks.com. Yes, that's right. OGHollywoodspeaks.com has this fly gear, man. Savage Drive, man. He has this very fly gear, man. He's a former prisoner that changed his life, did 25 years after receiving a life sentence, got home, and he been home 10 years, man. He's been out, he's been free 10 years. He has his own clothing line called Savage Drive. It represents the kind of drive you need to have to make it to the top, the kind of drive you need to have to stay free, right? And as we talk about this prison topic, I want to highlight and show and give respects to those that have been to prison and that are doing the right things in today's society. Everybody go to OGHollywoodspeaks.com and get that Savage Drive. If you got the drive it takes to be successful, man, support him. Also, you can follow him on YouTube. You can follow him on all social medias at OGHollywoodspeaks.com. We appreciate the support here at CEO Talk, and we also like to support other black people doing something positive, man. Savage Drive, that is the clothing line. Get yours today. Salute.
Well, what's up? We back in this building. We back in the building, man. First and foremost, man, I want to appreciate y'all for tapping in, man. Y'all already know tomorrow. Wednesday is day room time. Make sure y'all tap in day room time with me and CEO Hockey, man, so we can go down through that. But today is not Wednesday. Today, I'm reacting to an individual that jumped over the counter to get to a magistrate, man. I spoke about him the other day, and I knew it was a mental illness case, man. It was a mental illness case, and it was an interview that came out. His sister said the same thing that I said, but anybody that ever been incarcerated understand, man, that sometimes mental illness play a hell of a role in how you interact with in society, man, how you handle people, right? So, just want to let y'all know that mental health is real, man. It's real. And we are in a society, man, where it's a lot of pressure, man. And everybody can't handle pressure, man. And sometimes it be a chemical imbalance situation inside a person's head, man. And it lead people to doing the other things, man. Do it make them a bad person? Nah. It just means they up on a lot of pressure, man. We already know pressure busts pipes, man. And everybody can't handle, pressure. But nevertheless, in this society, you have to suffer the consequences and repercussions for your actions. Regardless of the fact, man, nobody's going to overlook what you do one day and give you a pass the next day. They might sympathize with you and say, you know what? He is kind of a little bit thrown off, man. But he did do what he did. So guess what's going to have to happen? You're going to have to pay the piper. And in this case, he got to pay the piper, man. And we all know last week I called him the Black Superman. And I made humorous of the situation. But at the end of the day, you see how I closed it out and I said mental health played a part in him in his situation. And I knew it was real, man, because mental health is real all day. And it ain't going to never go away, man. They ain't going to never go away. You know why? Because the pressures of society is not going to let people relax. They're going to keep smashing the gas. And if you can't take it, you're going to crack. And if you're already in a fucked up situation, this situation going to get the best of you. And ain't no telling which way you might go up. You might go up or you might go down, right? But in his case, he had to show back up in court today in front of the same judge, man. And she proceeded to do what she tried to do last time. That was sentence him for the case that he got before he went into the courtroom. But unfortunate, man, like I said, everything don't always turn out the way you want it to turn out, especially when you're in the system and when you're going in front of people. And you want to have a little pity on you, right? They will do that if you're a first offender, but when you come in that motherfucker 3 times, you can expect the worst of the worst. In his case, that's what happened, right? And I'm gonna comment on this. It's just like I said he might get 5 or 6 years, right? For the case that he was going to court on. And then somebody come in, oh, he gonna get more than 5 or 6 years. Yes, he's gonna probably get more than 5 or 6 years now. And for the case that he went to court on, he didn't even get that much. But like I said, sometimes the people that don't want to pay the piper and don't want to suffer the repercussion consequence for the things they do, they react in a fucked up way. And then guess what happens? It's shit on top of shit. In his case, that's what happened, man. But today, just like I showed him going to court, him jumping that counter, he came back in the courtroom today and was sentenced in front of the same judge, man. And I want to show y'all, if y'all haven't saw it, what was the actions of him and how devices can make you change your fucking mind. In other words, what I'm saying, when you're inside that system, you act like an animal, the motherfuckers cage you like an animal. They put shit on you so you can't move, you can't do none of that shit. Your hands and your feet are bound, and they had gloves on it. For those that ain't seen it, I'm gonna show it to you.
Sentence, and today was back in court, and this time security was on high alert.
They're taking no chances this time. The out-of-control defendant who leaped over the bench to attack a judge was back in court today. A spit hood covering his head, his hands in shackles with special coverings. At least 8 court officers stood at the ready if he tried anything. He also faced the same judge he attacked when he made that flying tackle over the bench last Wednesday.
I want to make it clear that I am not changing or modifying the sentence I was in the process of imposing last week before I was interrupted by defendant's actions.
Judge Mary Kay Holthus sentenced Diobra Redden today to a minimum 19 months in prison for attempted battery.
19 months for attempted battery. That was the case he was facing before he did what he did, right? But we already know now that it's far greater than 19 months now. And that's why I say, sometimes you got to be careful what you get into, man. You got to be careful what you get into, man, because we already know everybody don't want to go to prison. Everybody can't handle prison. And that system is a motherfucker, man. So you have to be careful what you do and how you do it, man. Especially if you is a person that suffers from mental health. And sometimes we don't even know that we suffer from mental health until certain situations arise. And then you just go off the rails, man. Especially those that suffer from anger and they impulse thinkers. And they just leash out and do shit, you know, just spontaneous, man. So like I said last week, I made a humorous of the situation. I called him the Black Superman, but I knew that he was suffering from mental health, man. Mental health is real, man. You can't ignore the fact of mental health, man. Just the other day, a motherfucking school shooting. All that shit is coming full circle in 2024, man. It's coming back around this year. Mental health, from my opinion, is going to show up more this year than it have in any other year, man. It's going to show more this year than it have in any other year. Why? Because the motherfucking prices is high, inflation is high, and there's a lot of people not working. And when your pocket on flat, your mind is on flat sometime. As a matter of fact, it's on flat all the time. So that's why I said, man, mental health is real, man. And I don't wish no ill will on it, brother. Just like his sister said today, the only answer for him that the judge had was prison. And that's fucked up. Why? Because they finna put him in an institution with a bunch of other crazy, aggressive people. And that's gonna make him even more crazy. In other words, he finna go to prison and he finna get a CO's hell. Why? Because now he feel like that he got mistreated. He feel like the courts fucked him. In other words, he was reaching out for some help when he was saying probation. That's a form of crying out. But don't nobody want to hear that shit when you've been in there 3 times, man. When you've been in there 3 times, they gonna talk to you sarcastic, and that's gonna piss you off even more. And that's what happened to him. He was pissed off even more. And that's why he leaped at her. But any man in his right state not gonna do that. Why? Because he know one thing. I'm only in here for assault and battery. That's not a bad case. But for somebody that has already a fucked up mental thought process and chemically unbalanced, they think they really getting screwed by the courts. All of a sudden, they forgot what they in this motherfucker for. They done forgot that. But once again, all that shit comes back to mental illness. Mental health issues are on the rise and have been on the rise in the U.S. for a long time, man. But it's just now showing its face. And that wasn't no old man. That's a young man. There's a lot of young people out here up under a lot of real pressure, man. It's not the old people that's doing the killing. It's not the old people that's committing suicide. It's the youngsters, man. They're up under a lot of pressure. You know why? Because they are 2K individuals and they live in a time where they feel like they got to impress everybody, man. They feel like they got to impress on everybody, man. They're up under a lot of pressure, man. Like I said, I want to come back and do another react video to him getting his sentence, which is 19 months. And just like she said, she didn't alter it and she didn't add no more to it. That in which what was added to it, he added it to it. He added some more time to his sentence to be away from his family. But hopefully, man, he can go down there and get some help for his mental illness, man. But I tell you what, it's highly unlikely you can go down there and get any kind of treatment, man. Because what they're going to do, they're going to put you in that motherfucking pill on the line. You're going to go through there and get your psychotic drugs, and you're going to take them, and you're going to chill out for a couple of hours, and you're going to return back to your state, man. And then reality going to set in. Who knows? Who knows? But most mentally ill patients, man, when they go to prison, man, they be real hostile. And first thing happen is they wind up getting a lot of motherfucking me striking the officer cases, and they wind up and go to SEG. And for those that don't know what SEG is, segregation, man, they separate you from the whole entire population, and the rest depends on you. You can stay in there for the duration of your time if you choose to. But once again, inside this system, it's the same thing like out here in the world, where there's a reaction and an action. It's consequences and repercussions for everything you do. Once again, we seen it firsthand. Come in the courtroom, shackled from head to toe, mashed up. The lady just explained to you that I can't explain it to you no better. That mask he had on was a spit mask. But as you see him walking out the courtroom, talking to those them sheriffs, he was in full compliance. He was in full compliance. Because last week he knew one thing. When they took him back to that cell, he had fucked up. And it's fucked up even more now because he turned a small something into a hell of a lot. And I don't know what the consequence or repercussion is for jumping on that magistrate. But I will say this. I know it's a hefty bill to pay, man. So, man, y'all take care, stay up, and stay free. And get at me in the day room tomorrow, man. Tap in. Last week, it was a good one. And I'm going to try to make it even more good one. And on top of that, I got my boy CEO Hockley back in town, man. Until then, man, y'all hit that like button and that subscribe button and go to www.com OG Hollywood Speaks. And if you feel like that you suffer from mental health, go get you some help, man. Don't wait till you get locked up and get no help. Because trying to get some help and locked up, it's gonna even fuck you up more, man. Salute.
Yo, this your boy CEO Hockley. Real quick, man, today's episode is being sponsored by OGHollywoodspeaks.com. Yes, that's right. OGHollywoodspeaks.com has this fly gear, man. Savage Drive, man. He has this very fly gear, man. He's a former prisoner that changed his life, did 25 years after receiving a life sentence, got home, and he been home 10 years, man. He's been out, he's been free 10 years. He has his own clothing line called Savage Drive. It represents the kind of drive you need to have to make it to the top, the kind of drive you need to have to stay free, right? And as we talk about this prison topic, I want to highlight and show and give respects to those that have been to prison and that are doing the right things in today's society. Everybody go to OGHollywoodspeaks.com and get that Savage Drive. If you got the drive it takes to be successful, man, support him. Also, you can follow him on YouTube. You can follow him on all social medias at OGHollywoodspeaks.com. We appreciate the support here at CEO Talk, and we also like to support other black people doing something positive, man. Savage Drive, that is the clothing line. Get yours today. Salute.